So Israel has a new chief rabbi for the IDF. Yes, that's a position that actually exists. Chief rabbi for fucking military. And obviously, this is the only secular democracy in the Middle East. So this guy is incredibly open-minded. Right? Let's find out. Mike explains here. The nomination of Colonel Eyal Karim on Monday, this is last Monday, has sparked outrage amongst Israeli female politicians and women's rights groups. The rabbi's 2003 response to a question as to whether it was permitted for IDF soldiers to rape girls is one of his more controversial comments. Oh boy. Here's what he said, quote, although fraternizing with a non-Jewess is a very bad thing, it is allowable in war out of consideration for the difficulties of the fighters. And because the success of the collective is what mostly concerns us in war, the Torah allows the individual to satisfy his lust in the permitted conditions for the sake of the general success. Ooh. That is loathsome. And he also says, well, you're not normally supposed to be with a non-Jewess. Come on, I mean, the outsiders, they're inferior. This is just like every fundamentalist religion. You know, go talk to a Christian fundamentalist, go talk to a Muslim fundamentalist. Hey, how would you feel about your son or daughter dating somebody who's outside of your little fucking clique cult? Like, oh, no, never, never. I mean, look at this. And as Ali Rizvi pointed out rightly on Twitter, he actually cites the part of the Bible or the Torah. It was like, actually, according to the holy books, he's not wrong. So he's saying, like, no, yeah, no, totally. In war, you want to rape the other side? Well, you got to satisfy your lust. What are you going to do? You got to do what you got to do, right? Rape, fine in wartime of a non-Jewess. Well, if you actually go to the holy book, yeah, there's some backing for that. And that's what's so fucking scary about this, is that if you believe the premise, our holy book is true, well, then so much bad can come from that. Now, there are people who cherry-pick the good parts and they act, you know, in good faith and they care about the poor and they do shit like that. That's all fine and dandy. But there are fundamentalists and bad people who look at the bad parts and they're like, yes, and now I have an excuse to rape people. Look at fucking ISIS and their sex slaves. It's like, I don't see what's so controversial. We're just going by what our fucking thing says here. What's the problem? What's the problem? That's what's moral. It says it. Well, see, but your whole premise is wrong. Because you're basing it off of a book that talks about Jigglypuff in the sky. That's not real. You know, you can't base this shit off of fucking Teletubbies and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! This is mythological shit. This is fiction. This isn't actual real life. But this idiot is a good example. Well, I mean, it says, what are we going to do? We could rape the other one. Why not rape him? I mean, where's the controversy? It says we could do it. Why not do it? Because it's wrong. It's not real. And again, it's so funny. Oh, liberal democracy, secular values. Well, this guy's not abiding by secular values. The settlers don't abide by secular values. The ones who can continue to take Palestinian land and say, we have a religious right to this land, that ain't secular values. The ultra-Orthodox, that's not secular values. I live in New York in a community not that far away from me. The ultra-Orthodox do a ceremony where you circumcise the baby and the rabbi sucks the bloody tip of the baby dick off. That ain't liberal and secular. No, the fundamentalists in all the religions are the problem. They're the problem. I mean, look at this. He fucking is in a position of power now. And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? If you got to rape somebody in wartime, well, you rape them. What's the problem? All right, and then in 2013, he also said, the concept that non-Jews have equal rights with Jews in Israel goes against the opinion of the Torah, and the state's representatives have no authority to act against the Torah's will. Replace Torah with Quran, replace Jew with Muslim, everybody. What the fuck? What the fuck? And look, Saudi Arabia, I'm sure there's similar comments there. You got any Islamic theocracy on the country? Well, Saudi Arabia is the worst one, so we could stick with that one. But I'm sure they believe similar things. They say all atheists are terrorists. They say, okay, we got to behead people who do apostasy, behead drug smugglers, behead people for sorcery and witchcraft. So they try to implement their religious law. You know, try being an atheist, try being a Jew in that context. It ain't pretty. But the flip side is true here, too. These are people within Israel. Now, Israel, domestically, thankfully, this guy's not the emperor in the region, so he doesn't have control of everything. So it is more liberal domestically. But this guy's saying, no, I would like to actively make Israel less secular, less of a democracy. I want it to abide by liberal values less. And I want non-Jews to not have equal rights to Jews in Israel. Because we cannot go against the Torah's will. Fuck the Torah. Fuck the Torah. Fuck the Quran. Fuck the Bible. Fuck your shitty fucking holy books. They're not real. It's 2016. Let's stop going to these things for advice. You know, Bill Maher says it. I could find more morality in the Rick James Bible than the King James Bible. That's kind of true. Party all day and do cocaine. That ain't that bad. It's not as bad as fucking raping your dad to have a kid or committing whole-scale genocide like happens in the different holy books. I mean, look at this, man. Yeah, non-Jews aren't equal to Jews. Where's my position of power? Well, here you go, sir. Here's your position. You believe in Jewish supremacy. Okay, here's your position. You're in control. It's the fundamentalism in all the different religions that's the problem. There's another clear example of it right here. We need to oppose it all across the board. It's about the ideas, guys. The ideas.